President Bongbong Marcos says the passport of resigned Bicol Representative Zaldy Co has already been cancelled. In a video statement on Wednesday, December 10, Marcos says he instructed the Department of Foreign Affairs and the Philippine National Police to coordinate with Philippine embassies abroad to ensure Co can't hide in other countries.
Kaya in-instructionan ko na ang Department of Foreign Affairs, pati ang PNP, na makipag-ugnayan sa ating mga embassy sa iba't ibang bansa para tiyakin na hindi maaring magtago itong ating hinahabol na magtago doon sa kanilang bansa. At kung sakali man ay siya'y pupunta ron, ay i-report sa atin para naman ay maibalik natin siya dito sa Pilipinas.
Marcos announced on November 21 the issuance of arrest warrants against Co and 15 of his co-accused in cases before the Sandigan Bayan. Co and the 15 others are accused of graft and malversation of public funds through falsification of public documents. The cases stemmed from an anomalous flood control project in Oriental Mindoro worth 289.5 million pesos. In a video released on November 26, Marcos said Co's lawyer attempted to blackmail him to prevent the cancellation of his passport. The offer was allegedly made in exchange for Co ceasing to post videos related to the government's alleged flood control issues. Marcos said he rejected the deal. Co's legal counsel, Attorney Rui Rondain, denied the president's allegation, saying he did not speak to anyone in the government to negotiate. Meanwhile, Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla said Co's most recent location is believed to be Portugal. He is suspected of possessing a Portuguese passport acquired many years ago. Malacanang believes that Congress will submit the enrolled copy of the 2026 General Appropriations Bill to President Bongbong Marcos before Christmas. In a briefing on Wednesday, December 10, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro says Marcos will no longer certify the budget bill as urgent. This is because the House of Representatives approved the measure on October 13, while the Senate already passed its version of the bill on December 9.
Will the President certify this as urgent given his historically he certified the bill as urgent?
Hindi ngayon. Hindi.
And that's for a fact, you said.
Dahil patapos naman na sila at sa ating pagkakaalam, bago magpasko ay isusumitin nila yung enrolled copy ng GAB.
Both the Senate and the House will extend its session calendar until December 23 to give both chambers of Congress more time to discuss the proposed 2026 national budget. Bicameral Conference Committee deliberations are scheduled from December 12 to December 14. In an unprecedented move, Marcos had directed both chambers of Congress to make sure that BICAM deliberations are live-streamed this year. During the BICAM deliberations, lawmakers are expected to reconcile the differences between the House and Senate versions of the budget bill. The reconciled version in the BICAM will then be returned to both chambers of Congress for ratification before it is transmitted to the President for his signature. The palace denies reports that Education Secretary Sonny Angara and Information and Communications Technology Secretary Henry Aguda will be removed from their posts. In a briefing on Wednesday, December 10, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro clarifies that Angara and Aguda remain in President Bongbong Marcos' cabinet. She even notes the two secretaries' presence in a meeting of the Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council on Tuesday, December 9.
Denied po, dahil kahapon lamang po ay kasama namin sila sa LEDAC meeting. At nagbigay din po sila ng kanilang mga proyekto sa private meeting with the President.
Meanwhile, Castro says Marcos is satisfied with the effectiveness of his current cabinet secretaries. Castro says the President believes his cabinet members continue to work diligently despite recent disasters and corruption controversies in government. Marcos's cabinet experienced a major shakeup this year. In May, he requested the courtesy resignations of all cabinet secretaries to recalibrate his administration following the results of the recent elections. Several resignations of cabinet members also followed amid corruption issues. To ease heavy traffic during the holidays, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority says it will ask mall owners in Metro Manila not to hold mall-wide sales. In a past briefing on Wednesday, December 10, MMDA Chairman Don Artes was asked what solutions the MMDA has in response to the traffic problem. This comes after motorists were caught in a gridlock along Marcos Highway last Saturday, December 6. Artes cites mall-wide sales in shopping centers outside the National Capital Region as a factor contributing to the traffic jam on Marcos Highway last weekend. But the MMDA chairman emphasizes that he is not blaming mall owners for the traffic congestion.
Hindi naman po natin sinisisi ang mga mall owner. Ang sinasabi lang po natin, pinakikiusapan po natin sila na kung maaari ay huwag po mag-mall-wide sale dahil nga po nagkokos po talaga ng sobrang bigat na daloy ng traffic na na-experience po natin last Saturday dahil may mga malls po outside of NCR na along Marcos Highway na nag-mall-wide sale po. At nakita naman natin yung epekto.
Artes clarifies that only mall-wide sales will be prohibited. He says individual stores will still be allowed to hold their own sales.
Hindi naman po natin pinagbabawal yung sale per store. Ang pinagbabawal lang natin ay yung mall-wide sale na kabuuan po ng mall ay lahat po ng stores ay may sale. So hindi naman po yan nakaka-restrain ng trade.
Adjusted mall hours took effect on November 17 to ease expected congestion ahead of Christmas Day. Malls in the National Capital Region now open at 11 a.m. and close at 11 p.m. until December 25, except on weekends and holidays. Meanwhile, mall-wide sales in Metro Manila are limited to weekends only. Gretchen Barretto's lawyer says the dismissal of the criminal case against the actress validates her assertion of innocence in the missing Sabongeros case. In a statement, Barretto's lawyer, attorney Alma Malonga, says Barretto maintained her innocence throughout the ordeal as she asserted there was no truth to the accusations against her. In a resolution, the panel of prosecutors cleared Barretto and other members of the so-called Pitmaster Alpha because evidence against them was considered speculative and uncorroborated. Following the positive resolution of the case, Barretto expresses deep appreciation for the support she received during the legal proceedings. According to the Department of Justice, witness Julie Dondon Patidongan merely alleged that Barretto and the others attended meetings where decisions were supposed to be made to punish cheating Sabongeros. However, the panel said there was no evidence that they gave direct orders, participated in logistics, or had knowledge of the specific abductions. It further said their alleged approval during meetings was not supported by any document, recording, or independent witness. Prosecutors indicted businessman Atong Ang and several others for kidnapping with homicide and kidnapping with serious illegal detention for the death of several Sabongeros. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.